Hello, my name is Jasmine Walia.
And my name is Natalie Kim.
And we will be your podcast hosts for today.
Because you are not the admired nightingale, because you are not the noble doe, because you are not the blackbird, picturesque ermine, armadillo, or bat. They've been written, and I don't know their song the way I know you're scuttling between walls, the scent of your collapsed corpse bloating beneath floorboards, your frantic squeals as you wrestle your own fur from glue traps.
Because in July of 97, you birthed a legion on 109th, stormed from behind dumpsters, made our street infamous for something other than crack. We nicknamed you Cat Killer, raced with you through open hydrants, screeched like you, and Siete blasted aluminum bat into your brethren's skull. The sound slapped down dominoes. You reigned that summer, rat, and even when they sent exterminators, set flame to garbage, half dead and on fire, you pushed on. Because you may be inelegant, simple, a mammal bottom feeder, always freaking famished, little ugly thing that feasts on what crumbs fall from the corner of our mouths. But you live uncoddled, can't be bought at Petco and fed to fat snakes because you are not the maze rat of labs. Pale, pretty-eyed, trained, you raise yourself sharp-fanged, clawed, scarred, patched, dark. Because of this alone, they should love you. So when they tell you to crawl home, take your gutter, your dirt coat, your underbelly that scrapes against street, concrete, squeak and filth this page, rat.
What you have just heard was Elizabeth Acevedo's Rat Ode, the poem we will be analyzing today.
You walk into your first day at your new school, the weight of the backpack around your shoulders remaining a familiar presence in a sea of uncertainty. Looking around, you notice a cluster of students laughing together. You know them. One is as lovely as the sun on a cloudy day, shy, but so bright when it emerges. The other is as confident as confidence goes, but for good reasons, scoring the top marks on every test without fail. And the last one is unendingly witty, with the tongue so sharp it could cut through metal. But she always does it with enough grace to rival a gazelle. You look down at yourself, at your scuffed shoes, at the nervous fiddling of your fingers, at the tapping of your foot against the flashy tile, and wish more than anything that you could be them. In this poem, Elizabeth Acevedo writes about rats, an animal commonly thought of negatively. However, with detailed imagery, well-phrased repetitions, and tidbits of her personal life, she transforms this unlovable creature into one of strange beauty. It may not be as highly regarded as the others, but it's lovable in its own way, however unique that is. Just like you may not see yourself as being equally charming, attractive, or skilled as some others, but you're stronger in different ways. Nobody's perfect, and some actually see that as a strength. In fact, the distinctiveness of the rat and you add to the overall quality of the being. While there can be many different beautiful, majestic, or awe-inspiring creatures, there can only be one as familiar to us as the rat, and only one as unique as you.
Having grown up in New York City, Acevedo has had many encounters with rats. It was a creature she was familiar with, and because of that, she was able to use vivid imagery to describe these rodents in her poem. But the reason behind her subject choice doesn't end at just that. When she had shared the idea with her professor, he laughed and told her rats were not noble enough for a poem. But she believed otherwise, because no matter what others may think, to her, every creature and every human is deserving of a poem. She used the rat to convey a similar message. No matter one's characteristics or society's labels on them, they are still worthy of love.
One thing that makes this poem so wonderful, apart from the inspiring message, is its use of literary devices. Acevedo decides to open this work with anaphora, or repetitions of words or phrases to either add emphasis or contrast certain ideas. Her consistent claims about how the rat isn't any adored animal truly hammers in the point that the rat is the opposite of, as she puts it in her poem, admired, noble, and picturesque. At first this seems malicious, but to her these are simply factual statements. Following this, she goes on to explain how she's not as familiar with the other popular creatures as she is with this filthy one. Here she makes full use of imagery, describing the sights, sounds, and smells that she has come to associate with rats. She revisits this literary device back at the end of this poem as well. I personally love these two literary techniques, and I use them plenty in my own writings as well.
This poem is one of the few that truly spoke to me. It reminded me that everyone, no matter what label society may put on them, can be loved and appreciated. Living in a society where people, including myself, are clouded by judgment and first impressions, the worth and potential of many individuals are often overlooked. But this poem helps to remind us that everyone holds unique and incredible values, even if we might not see it at first glance. We would like to thank the following: Verse Daily for the publication of the poem, Poetry Foundation, Acevedo Rights, Blue Flower Arts, and America Media for information about the author, Breaking Copyright, Tom, Sunville Sounds, and Nomadic Ambience for our background music and sounds.